elections, we're proudly independent, fiercely pursuing and verifying the facts. Because with no agenda blinding your view, you can see things clearly. The US election on BBC News.
Ukraine is just about holding the front here, while the Russians have launched this fresh assault.
Everywhere you look, there are uprooted trees, there are bits of building, and the destruction is just in every direction.
Incendiary drones were dropped here. We know this was the military junta because the rebels don't have that kind of weaponry.
When you can hear the tear gas canisters being lobbed at the protesters.
There when the story breaks. BBC News. Follow on the app.
Hello, I'm Annita McVeigh, and you're watching The Context on BBC News.
Either you have the choice of a Donald Trump who will sit in the Oval Office, stewing, plotting revenge, retribution, writing out his enemies list, or what I will be doing, which is responding to folks like the folks last night with a to-do list.
Donald Trump is going to be, as you say, in Arizona and Nevada. Again, key states for him. I suspect there we will see him talking about issues around immigration in particular, which he feels is a weak point for Kamala Harris, and also her suitability for the presidency.
There are lack of details from both parties on the economic policy. It would be nice to have more direction of how things will affect the people who live in this area that come to this place and are the bread and butter of this business.
Kamala Harris once again goes on the offensive as a new poll from the Wall Street Journal puts her Republican rival Donald Trump ahead of her in the US presidential race. We'll be live in two more swing states that could decide the result, Arizona and Wisconsin. Also tonight, government ministers from Caribbean countries say it's only a matter of time before the UK changes its mind and agrees to reparations for the country's historic links to slavery. On his way to the gathering, Sir Keir Starmer insisted it was better to focus on future challenges such as climate change. We'll be speaking to Baroness Scotland, Secretary-General of the Commonwealth of Nations. And we're also keeping an eye on potential ceasefire talks in Egypt between Israel and Hamas as efforts intensify to restart negotiations. And we start tonight in the US, where there are now just 12 days to go until the presidential election. And while it's just too close to call, there's been a clear change in the Democratic campaign in the last 48 hours. There's a feeling in the Kamala Harris camp that they might be slipping behind Donald Trump. This is our latest